Friend, I was today years old when I realized that pivoting in my 30s isn't a sign of failure. It's actually the only strategy in life that feels good. In today's video, I am talking about why I transitioned from my tech career to life coaching again. And watching this will inspire you to redefine success in your 30s, and it'll save you peace of mind. Let's get into it. I'm really enjoying making these videos while I snack on something. And today I've got some sweet potato fries so that I can dig into this and dig into my business. I graduated from Howard University with a bachelor's business degree in hospitality management. And I was managing hotels when I was 20, which was fabulous. It was a great time. It was also really freaking exhausting. I got so burnt out so early in my career that I started to hate it. And I spent years trying to figure out exactly what it is that I wanted to do and where it is that I wanted to do it. During the pandemic, I figured that I wanted to get into tech, like so many people, and I was really great at it. I became a project manager, consultant, and I worked on a really great project for a few years. But I was so stressed. It was constant with this project. It was constant being on. It was work, but I didn't feel the impact of what I was doing. And it started to weigh on me heavily. And so when we finally transitioned to Thailand, I left the tech space. I left this job that I was enjoying. I was enjoying the money that I was making from it, but I wasn't feeling good about it. And I also heard my spirit say that I need to get back to coaching. I'd gotten certified as a life coach in 2016, and I was coaching women who were about twice my age at the time. A lot of what they wanted to work on, I had no experience doing it, like leaving a career and getting a divorce. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And imposter syndrome snuck in and took the joy out of that for me. So to be back here almost 10 years later was really a shocker for me because I wasn't sure exactly how I would do as a coach again. You know, the industry is so big. There's so many different types of coaches. I wasn't sure if people needed my help or my support. The end of 2025 really turned me up. I put some feelers out there. I got on the phone with a lot of women and I learned what it was that people were needing support with. And now I have coaching clients. Along the way in my career, I've been many things. And I've had a lot of fun with my jobs and the companies that I've worked for. But what I recognize in my 30s now is that you're not supposed to just work one job forever. There's so many different careers out here. There's so many different opportunities. Why would I want to work one job forever? Why would I? And some people know what they want. Some people know that they want to be a doctor and they dedicate their whole lives to going to school and doing it. I think that's amazing. I'm not one of those people. And so if you're like me and you're working a job because it pays your bills, I'm not telling you to quit your job in this video. That is a disclaimer of the day. Okay? But I am saying that you should define success in your own terms and then always find jobs that match that definition. Here's what I was told most of my life, that you have to work to live. You have to make a living. And I tried it and it failed miserably. The working to live model really puts emphasis on the fact that your body is the commodity. And I remember growing up hearing, have a consistent job, have loyalty to a company, you stay there, you climb the corporate ladder, you may move a bit, you find some mentors that can help you do that, but you just stick to your job, you stick to your role, you stick to your field, especially when you've gotten a degree in it. And I learned that was BS. I didn't like it. I tried to stick in the industry. I tried to stick to what I was doing. It was very difficult. It was very challenging. And I didn't stop because it was challenging. I stopped because I was unfulfilled. I didn't find value in working to live. I wanted to live, and I wanted to work. I didn't want to have the two intertwine and try to create a work-life balance for myself when I was exhausted and annoyed by the concept. I stopped working to live because it was literally killing me. I felt like working to live taught me that my health came second because I needed to work. If I was sick, I had to make myself feel better immediately because I had to go to work. If something happened in my life, if someone passed away, if I experienced any type of loss, I had to suck it up because I only had a few PTO days because my livelihood depended on it. And I know we like to think of things in this woo terms, right? It's either really black and white or it's like magical fairy stuff. But what I've learned in my 30s is that I attract impactful experiences. I attract positions that have an impact in the world, in the company that I'm working with, in the industry that I'm working in. I attract positions like that. The greatest thing that I could ever offer to anybody is to have a varied skill set. If you skill build and you are constantly evolving and growing your skill set, you will always be employable, especially when you stay ahead of the industry, especially when you're, looking for skills that add on to what you love doing. You will always be hireable. Now, I'm not going to say that I've always had a job, because sometimes when I've quit jobs, I took a break and I've had to budget and manage my time very, very wisely during those off seasons. But I found so much joy in taking time off from working. I get it. We have to afford our livelihood. However, if you're strategic and you save up enough and you start a business, even do some entrepreneurial side hustle, you can save up enough money to take a break every now and then. And if you have a great job that allows you to take long periods of sabbatical, take it. As many times as I've quit jobs, what I realized is that I have these pillars for what success is to me. My definition of success now in my 30s is based in creation, impact, and time value. I attribute success as doing things that bring me joy. It's not always going to bring me joy, but I want to feel joy when I'm doing it. I want to feel joy when I'm creating. I want to feel joy when I'm exchanging my energy. So doing things that fill me up, bring me joy, but doing things that come from a space of creation, impact, and time value. If it feels like a waste of time, I'm not doing it. I am not working my butt off for someone to not pay attention to the work that I've done. I'm not working my mind away for someone to steal my ideas and not give me credit. I am not simply out here just producing like a work mule for people or corporations that just see me as another number. I just don't fit that model. It just doesn't work for me. And again, I know that there are some caveats to this rule that I'm talking about, but when you start to look at what success means to you, I think we can let the definition evolve as we evolve. Like at one point in time, success was corner office, climbing the ladder, definite six figures, easy, married with kids. That was success with a kid. But success for me now, I just want to do things that I feel creative in doing. I want to do things that make impact and people feel that and they're appreciative because I've made their jobs or their lives better. I want to do things that don't take forever. Like I like constant change and evolution. I want to work on different projects. I want things to feel like they value time. I want to work in places that value time and are not so strict that they don't allow humanity to move through the company or the work. If I find a position that allows me those three things, the pay is important, but it's not as important as those three. And I've survived off of less. I've been homeless. So yeah, I've survived off of almost nothing. In this midpoint, what I realize is that if it doesn't fit the criteria, I'm wasting my life. Not just my time, but my life. And I don't want to do that. So I'll pivot. I'll pivot as often as I need to. I'll pivot as often as it feels good to me. I will change careers. I'll go from tech to coaching. I literally got an MBA in digital entrepreneurship with a focus in marketing because I feel like that will always be useful. And I used it to start a consulting business. And when I'm not working at a consistent 9-to-5, I can start my consulting business. I can get back to coaching. I have a candle business. I can sell my candles. I've made it so that my life is not determined by one source of income, which means my life is not based on one source of success. Like I find success selling candles when I need to. I find success coaching when I need to. I find success in my consulting business and working with entrepreneurs when I need to. I have built my life so that I can now take breaks that help me to replenish myself, help me to get back into things, help me to clear my mind so that I can create more, so that I can be a better consultant, employee, coach. And without these breaks, without this time off, without the space to stop working to live, I don't think I would have figured it out. I would have been in the hamster wheel with other people. And I was so exhausted by that thought. I just didn't want to run a rat race. I didn't want to be stuck on a hamster wheel for my entire career. And yeah, you'll look at my resume and there's gaps there. It's always filled with work, but am I working for myself sometimes? Yeah. I recognize that pivoting is okay. It's not a failure. It is actually leveling up. Like being able to be in one industry, pivot to a whole nother industry and still find success, pivot back when I need to and be successful there, do something completely out of the way. I was once managing a catering food truck in LA. I mean, yes, it fell under hospitality, but like what? Insane. And I can do all these pivots because I don't see it as failure. I see it as a way to grow myself, to expand my skill set, to grow the depth of what I do, and to have this wider definition of success that fits me and that feels good to me. And again, this is not for everybody. Some people know what they want and they're going to go after it. And I love that type of authority as well. I also have internal authority in not sticking to this societal standard of what success is. I think it's bullshit. And if you are someone who is questioning whether what you're doing right now is successful, I want to encourage you to redefine success. I want to encourage you to take a audit of where you are in your life, in your 30s or your 40s or your 20s, wherever you are, and ask yourself, am I successful based on my own definition? Not what the world has taught me, but what I believe to be true. My definition: creation, impact, time value. If it doesn't match that, okay, it could be a lot of money, but like, I don't want to work to live. I don't think that's smart, and I don't find joy in it. As I said, I've had many positions, and people always ask me, Kenesha, how do you find the confidence and the courage to just start over? And honestly, the truth is, I'm not starting over. I don't see these pivots as starting over. I'm literally just starting from a different experience. I'm starting with the knowledge that I have, and I'm just starting a different experience. I wouldn't consider it starting over because it's not in the same industry, because it's not what my degree was in, because it's not why I went to school and got my MBA. I think it's just pivoting. It is literally just a change in direction. And I had to get quiet and use my own intuition to realize that the tech project manager life, it didn't match my definition of success anymore. It no longer felt like I was successful in doing the work that I was doing. And so I gave it up to stay in Thailand and really do work that feels impactful to me. And although I took a pay cut in doing that, I'm so much happier in my life. And that right there is worth more than what I was getting paid. Today's episode is exactly why I created Glow Sessions, why I'm even coaching. And these sessions are like one-on-one coaching sessions where I literally help you cut through the corporate noise. You pause long enough and you stop taking in this external chatter. You stop taking in the societal shoulds, and you get really, really clear so that you can find your pivot strategy. Because once you pause long enough and reflect, you will absolutely be able to create a definition of success that feels good to you. Not society's, not your parents, not your schools, not your grant, not anybody but yourself. And that is really important. So if you're feeling that itch to move, but you're afraid because you don't even know exactly like what to do, you think it's losing progress if you decide to pivot, I want to encourage you to click the link in the description to book a discovery call. And let's get clear. Let me help you get clear. Man, it's day 24. And I honestly didn't even want to make this video today. I went to stretch class and I was exhausted, but I like doing these vlog style conversations. And like I said, this week is all about just talking to you raw. It feels like talking to a friend and giving a friend just my perspective on these things. I want to have more conversations like this in our 30s, because even if there is a guidebook out there, it's changing every day. And we deserve to write our own books too. So I'll see you tomorrow for day 25. I'm talking about designing my joy map, okay? This is all about the habits that I want to keep going even in my 40s. The daily things that I'm doing today to make sure that my 40s are fabulous. So I hope that you join me tomorrow for more of this 100-day series. And thanks for rocking with me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.